Lucian. How are you? Hi, Shirley M. Chase. I haven't seen your name before. Welcome. I'm starting a little bit early this morning just because, you know, I feel like I'm just going to go and turn off the YouTube with the bird sounds. Hang on, where are we? StreamYard. There we go. Hi, Evermore. I haven't seen you for a while. Kate Sweetblue, Sharon Lee, hello. Wendy K. James Lee, hello. How are you? Yeah. Hi, Zelda. I've been watching stories about the riots and everything going on over there, and the one in Atlanta doesn't seem to make sense to me. The others do, but I think the one in Atlanta was sort of infiltrated a bit. Ganga did a reading on whether Margaret was behind it. Hello, Arrow Williams. I don't think Margaret were behind it, but I think they certainly took advantage of it and set the things going, let's go to CNN and that sort of thing. So anyway, I hope none of you are affected by what's going on over there and that you are all keeping happy and healthy. Yeah. You may have noticed that I finally put up part 4 of Amelia Earhart. So that was a fun one to do, just looking at some of the theories. There was some which I just was not going to go and look into, but I kept with the 4 of the most put out there. Yes, I got it did get shut down. I was watching a thing on that earlier. They were all pretty peaceful. I mean, they weren't doing anything untoward or anything from what I could see. They were behaving, maintaining a peaceful line, and there was people with several different messages there. It's as what was it? The Minnesota governor said this isn't just about George Floyd's death anymore. It's people have used it for other things as well. So basically they've co-opted this for other things, and some people are not being very nice about the way they do it, I think. Hi, BMC. Now, I was thinking I would have a look at Trump in June. So I'm going to, where's my pen? I have done a recorded reading on Kamala Harris, Amy Klobuchar, Val Demings, Susan Rice, Maggie Hassan, and Stacey Abrams. And I'm going to put that up after I set that to upload after I finish today. I might look at Boris Johnson today, and I'm going to give a whole reading over to Gretchen Whitmer and possibly one of the ladies I mentioned. You'll see why I don't want you not to have to go. Thank you. Thank you. I love the headbands. They're a nice little way to just dress up my hair, and you know, I love them. They're really pretty and sweet. And yeah, I got a real Frida Kahlo-esque one here as well. This one sort of sticks at the top, which I'll wear another day. This is such a pretty band. It really is. Hi, Virgo and Cappy's mum. Hi. Hi. And I've got to say thank you for all the supporting emails I got after I did my unexpected live the other day. It took me a couple of days to get over myself, but I did. Hi, Rachel Melendez. And yeah, so I think I would do Boris Johnson. So I am going to do a video on Gretchen Whitmer about her possible being a VP. Okay. It doesn't make sense, does it? It does to a certain extent, but then after a certain extent, it doesn't. So I think it was co-opted. So I might do the Atlanta attacks on CNN building. That seems to, I think that's been co-opted. I think it started out as, yes, a real, because one of the protesters who he was being led up the stairs and the when I was watching, and the journalist said, "Why are you here?" He said, everyone has to know that no matter what the race, you can't get away with it. Black or white, you can't do this stuff. You can't kill people like this. He was a real protester. He had a real message that I do think that, yeah. Oh, Jack Brown. I might have a look at him. Roxanne Youngblood, I have not seen your name here before. Thank you for joining us and welcome. Hi, Annie S. I'm not even going to try and say your last name. So I'm going to have a look at whether I think it started as a genuine protest elsewhere, and I'm going to have a look at see if it was co-opted to attack CNN. CNN, of course, Trump has a mighty feud with them. The whole thing. So, so Boris Johnson, Trump in June. We'll have a look at Trump in June. He's getting battered from all sides. The journalists aren't letting up. They aren't just letting him say his little piece, and then they're continuing to ask questions and pull him up on things. So, I've got to fly. Ugh, horrible things. Can you just excuse me for 20 seconds while I go and find the fly spray and spray the little fudger? If he comes this way again, kablooey. Right in the kisser. So if you see me grab it, you'll know what it's about. I just need this a bit. Still trying to get the house in order. Got part way there and then it all went chest up. Hello, Tara and UB. So Trump co-opted. Hey, I want to look at Stone. He should be starting his sentence soon, shouldn't he? Oh, there you are, little fudger. Get you, hang on. Where are you, you little bugger? Die! You know me, I don't wish bad things on anything, on anyone or any animal. Flies, a bit different. And there I go, spray it all around myself. Just inhale chemicals. Oh, well, it might make the readings a bit more interesting than usual. Okay, Roger Stone. Yeah, I'm going to be checking things. Still a little bit gun shy. Fresh prison delay over pandemic. 30th of June. Let's see if they're going to try and push that back again. Hi, Georgie Moon. No, it's not good stuff to breathe in. Normally I don't do that. Yeah, I'm tough. I grew up in the cane fields of North Queensland. Jody might have an idea about how tough we are from the cane country. I mean, I wasn't born there. I'm from the Illawarra originally. And I always will be, but I grew up in those cane fields. The sort of stuff they used to spray on there. Yeah, so we'll look at Stone, whether he's going to jail is going to be pushed back again. Will Burr go to jail? Senator Burr. Neither Georgie would know. We used to walk around those paddocks barefoot. Of course, not when they were after they'd been planted until they got so high. When we couldn't see our feet between the rows anymore, then we'd stop walking about them. Those drills, they're like 5 meters wide when they're fully grown, and what else? I haven't looked at Burr for a while. Let's have a look at what Burr's doing. So we've got Burr and Burr. Sounds like an Australian town. It is an Australian town, Burr and Burr, isn't it? I heard a comedian once say, Australians shorten everything except the name of our towns. So we'll say Barbie, have a saucy or a sausage or a Frankie or a this or a that, and we shorten it. But when it comes to the name of our towns, our rural towns, not so much the big urban centres, but when it comes to the name of our rural town, they're like 85 letters long. Sometimes could beat that town in Wales, I think, some of them. You're concerned about protesters getting COVID. Well, we can look at that. Yeah, they could lead the protest enhancing COVID, leading to increasing the risk of COVID. I can look at that. Chuck, I'm actually picked up some stones for chakra and stuff, and looking at a little bit of that. I only started doing the tarot and opening up this side of myself a couple of years ago, and there's so much I want to explore, but I'm taking it a little bit at a time. A snag, that's it. Yeah, a snag. I couldn't remember what we called them for a minute. The sausage is a snag. And a prawn. Put a prawn on the Barbie, not a shrimp. No way. They're prawns, people, prawns. Biden, if elected, work for Biden work. Can ask that, yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Sharon Lee. There is a little bit of a family history there, but I sort of didn't want to know about it for a long time. Yeah, will there be I mean, I did a reading with the COVID-19 on using the Kipper cards a couple of things ago, when somebody asked me, will there be a second wave? And I said, there'll be a sort of a period of calm and then possibly more. Bonnie Russell, hello. I think I've seen your name before. If I haven't, and said hello. If I haven't, hello and welcome. And I'm beyond rapt that you've decided to join me. I'm still creeping towards 1,000 subscribers. Not that subscribers are a big thing for me. I never even thought I'd get up to 900. But I do have a little bit of a giveaway planned when I get to 1,000. So, Bonnie, you didn't call her Crappy's mum, did you? What did she call you, Cappy's mum? I don't think you need to keep quiet. I do welcome comments and all that. And if you've got questions. Oh, wow. Oh, Sharon Lee, I am so jealous to be taking lessons from Lena. I love watching her. She's actually, my husband's not into this at all, but he does like, and on occasion, to just stand and watch a little bit of Lena on occasion because he finds her a hoot and enjoys her humour. Yeah. Okay, let's get started. Trump in June. What cards? What cards? What cards? Yep. Back to the one I generally use with Trump, which is the Steampunk Tarot. It has reversals in it, this deck. I just somehow was drawn to it for Trump, and I still am. I'm talking specifically about him. I tend to use other decks for his offspring and for Melania. Seth Meyers, I don't know if you like Seth Meyers, but there's on YouTube, they've got a lot of little short Trump bedtime stories, and they are hilarious. They're all cartoons. If you want to have a good laugh, have a look. Oh, I love steampunk too, Georgie. Pretty sure I was into it before it was even a thing. Sort of born out of my love of the old-fashioned Singer sewing machines. I love the style and being able to see the working parts and all that, and the beautiful things that they did. Yeah, so he does. But yeah, the cartoons are so funny. I've got to watch a few more. I watched one that had 3 of them in a row, and if you want a real good laugh, Trump's on Mars. And then it's got 2 other ones following it immediately, so don't turn off after the Trump's on Mars finishes. So, hi AQ. I just saw your name mentioned earlier. Thank you. And somebody else just come up that I haven't seen before on the chat. So who's that? Into the future. Hello. Welcome. It's lovely to see you. Anyway, first off the rank, we're going to look at Trump in June. So, I usually, in position 5, I usually use a card called Best Possible Outcome. Sometimes I'll use it just for the present, because Best Possible Outcome can give you a bit of a hint onto what may happen for the final outcome. So, for Trump in June, what is his June going to be like? So, will I do a cross or will I do a week by week like Lena does? How about I do a week by week like Lena does? So, week 1. And for those of you in America, it is Sunday the 31st of May. So, I'll do week 1. I think there might be 5 weeks in June. Hang on. Or 4, just over 4 and then a bit. So, okay. Yeah. So we're going May. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last couple of days. Okay. So, Trump in June. Let's have a look on the bottom for the overall first. King of Swords. News of investigations, possibly. We'll have to wait and see. May has been very long, hasn't it? So let's have a look. First, we'll do one at the top. King of Pentacles upside down. Loss of security of resources, economic security, economic stability. This is Trump's June. So this is going to be overriding the whole month. Along with, because it's on the bottom, an investigator. That could be Adam Schiff. I like Adam Schiff. I have such a geek girl crush on him. Okay, so we got Trump upside down. Week 1. The Lovers upside down. Partnerships are going to go array. Page of Swords, disappointing news, possibly whistleblower. 7 of Pentacles, assessment, reap what you sow. Well, we know that Trump has come out and said we're ending the special relationship with Hong Kong and we're pulling out of WHO. Okay. Yeah, I know, but we can start the geek crush on him. Gavin Newsom's not too bad either, but Adam Schiff just has, yeah, Gavin Newsom's a bit too polished for my taste. So, okay, so first week, the Lovers ending relationships being, well, that of course is going to be plaguing him all week. I think there's going to be some news about that, possibly a whistleblower coming out and saying why. And there's no way I believe that $425 million that would normally go to WHO will go to other overseas things. I just don't believe it. You can have a look at that later. 7 of Pentacles, reap what you sow. He's going to start really feeling the heat from that decision with Hong Kong. I think that's what came through. He's going to start really regretting the decision about Hong Kong immediately, because a lot of companies do business with Hong Kong, and getting that special relationship, that's going to have a huge effect on a lot of companies. It's going to have an effect on it's going to have an effect on the economy, but it's also going to have an effect on his precious stock market. So week 2, 9 of Cups reversed. Or the greedy merchant reversed. All his dreams coming true. No. All his nightmares start to come true. The High Priestess. Agendas. Somebody else's agendas. Somebody who is wise, who has knowledge, and whose agenda is not so hidden in this instance. I think that could be Nancy. I think she might be going, not so fast, pull out boy. I think that with one of those things, possibly WHO, because Congress granted that money. It could be Congress will decide what to do with that money in a few months. And you won't be able to get your hands on it. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to do something about the money from who. Third card. Oh, Eight of Wands. Things are going to be happening swiftly during that week. There's going to be quite a few things happening very quickly during the second week, and they're not necessarily going to be good for Trump, because this is Trump in June. This is not good news and messages and progress for Trump. This is bad news, steps backwards, very quick steps backwards, and it's going to happen very quickly during the second week of June. Week 3. You know what? This is interesting. The first card of each week has always been reversed, and here is no different. Week 2, juggling, manipulation, trying to get people to see what they want, what you want them to see. That's not going to work. He can try juggling and manipulating all he wants. It's just not going to work. Hi, Patricia. Debbie Ann, hello. Hi, Kathy W. Greta, hello, Greta. We are looking at Trump in June. So we're on the first card for the third week of June. Trump's going to try and manipulate things and get people to see things his way like he normally does. It's not going to work. The Chariot. He's not going to have any victories in the third week of June. This is a card of victory and progress. Again, with the Eight of Wands, can be a sign of progress as well. Quick progress, no. This is a card of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory and really having no control about what's happening, and any progress, anything he tries to progress along is just not going to work. It could be to do with his executive order about social media sites. That progress that he wants and that victory he wants over them, it's not going to happen. Yeah, I think so. Manipulating media. Uncover the news. Hello. Oh, yeah, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, definitely. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. Oh, yeah, I'll have a look at that. Definitely. I'll look at that. We'll do all things Trump first, okay? So, okay. We're still on the third week of June. You know, all 3 cards have been reversed, and this one is the Six of Swords. Traveling away from trouble, reversed. Week 3 is going to be a sugar storm for Trump. A sugar storm for Trump. Linda B, hello. Now, week 4. It's reversed again. The 8 of Swords. Jesus. This is not looking good for him this month. Sorry if people are offended for me just saying Jesus. I do apologize. It's not meant in a horrible way. It's just, yeah. Hi, Pamela Dixon. Is there an update on North Korea? I will have a look at that a bit later. We're doing all things Trump for the first half hour or so. I got on a little bit early today, so we're going to have a little bit of extra time. So, okay. Eight of Swords reversed. This is not a very good thing. This is feeling bound. Eight of Swords, of course, is feeling bound, having painted yourself into a corner. Reverse, you would think that it's, you know, oh, you can get out of the corner or that. But no, reverse doesn't make the Eight of Swords any better. Just makes it worse. A tightening of restraints, reversed, because this person is now not only blindfolded with the swords dancing above their head, now it's been reversed. So their whole perspective has been, or their whole ability to perceive things turned upside down on their head. So it's going to be harder and harder to get out of the spot that she's in, because she's confused, and there's more danger because now she's headed directly towards the swords. Pamela, I saw your question and I will answer it. Okay, update on North Korea. So I'll write it down. I just haven't got there yet. We've got a couple of hours, so we will get there. Okay. I haven't looked at North Korea in a while, so, and Kim Jong-un, and yeah. So he's going to be in an even tighter corner because everything's been turned upside down on him. And, oh, was it? Uncover the news. Trump Tower, Chicago was under siege earlier. Yeah. I think that a lot of people are feeling he's just fueling things and making things worse. So taking the protests where they feel it belongs, you know. Wash the car. Well, my hubby washes the car, clean the house. Oh, my God. That's a continuing battle. Anyway, so things are worse. He's in even more in a corner, and he's finding it. He's not going to be able to see his way out even more because he's going to be turned upside down. Next card for week 4. 4 of Pentacles. He's going to be trying to keep things close, hide things. Now, this person is putting their coins in a box so it's secure, keep his secrets close, and keep his money, trying to scrabble and keep his money, but hide things about his money too. I wonder if things, isn't the Supreme Court due to come to a verdict about his tax returns late in June? I think that might be something to do with his tax returns, and maybe the Eight of Swords too, something he can't get away from them. Last card for the Strength, but it is reversed. Running out of strength, just not being able to, running out of strength, running out of patience. What swearing? Don't worry if you swear. Just, we all slip up a little bit. Okay. You know. Yeah, he's running out of physical strength. He's running out of patience. He's running out of. He never really had the knowledge on how to deal with the lion that he took on when he took the presidential office. That lion is the office of the presidency. He's never really had the strength to deal with it, and it's really, really coming to an end. I know. It is frustrating, isn't it? Now, this is the first 4 weeks. Of course, there's still, after that, there's still a couple of days left in June. So we'll have a look. The next 2 cards are going to be for the last couple of days of June, which just after week 4, I think there's 2 days, 29th and 30th. So let's have a look at some cards for the 29th and 30th. 9 of Swords for Trump. Whoa! Anxiety, sleeplessness, not good. 2 of Cups, relationships, partnerships, again turned upside down like the Lovers. Partnerships falling apart, relationships falling apart. Temperance. Temperance represents a lot of things. It represents finding a way to find a new balance. It represents tempering something. When you temper something, you reduce the effect, or you reduced its power to affect people. I think he's going to see a reduction in his power. I don't know what's going to go on there, but yeah, might have a look at this Temperance card. In fact, I'm going to do a cross on this Temperance card and what it means to Trump. Okay? But anyway, that is Trump's June, week by week. With the last 2 cards, I'm going to do a cross with this Temperance card at the middle of it. What does it mean? You're feeling sad, Greta. It's okay to feel sad. And I will say this to everyone. When I did my little live thing on Thursday, I was feeling sad. I was feeling sad. I was feeling not the best. And I continued to feel not the best. I loved doing the Aliens Under the Sea thing, but it was such fun just to do something that had nothing to do with politics or anything. But it took me a couple of days, and I did reach out to a couple of people, and they reached back to me, and thank you so much. If you're watching, you'll know who you are. And I got a lovely email from one of you. You'll know who you are. Hi, Michael Dowell. And it's okay to reach out and say, I'm not doing well. I do need to talk to somebody. It's okay to reach out and say, I'm scared with how bad I'm feeling. If sometimes it's just talking to someone helps, but if it's still not helping and you are getting scared at how bad you're feeling, go and, and you go and see someone professional if you need to, whether it's a doctor or a counsellor or something rather than just friends. There's nothing wrong with seeking help if you feel sad. And there's definitely nothing wrong with seeking help if you continue to feel sad and you start feeling scared about it. Okay? So, anyway, that's my Care Bear lecture. I'm going to try this shuffle thing with the, try and shuffle these cards in a bit. No, it's not up to Putin whether Russia can join the G7. Not why Putin's in charge, I don't think. But I don't think Putin's going to be there a long time. I was just watching all this stuff, and I love Linda G. I love watching Linda G. Hands up, who else loves watching Linda G? And she said months and months ago, there's going to be protests. There's going to be people out on the streets. She said there might be some violence, but most of it wouldn't be. But she caught it. She caught it. Russia don't want Trump. Anyway, so I have this Temperance card. Trump. What is this all about? So I'm going to do a cross on it. But I'm only going to do like a short cross, like 6 cards or so. Okay. So, and I like Spencer too, when she does the things with Spencer. Oh, yeah. I love Merkel. The recording I did on the possible candidates for VP is called 6 Strong Women, and I will be uploading it after I finish here today. Okay. So let's have a look. 9 of Wands, defences, that flipped over. Okay, Temperance. What's going on with this Temperance card right at the end of June? Temperance card for Donald Trump at the end of June. Is it tempering of his power? Trump being tempered? So, yeah, the challenge here is suspended in limbo. What's at the base of this? The Hierophant. This isn't Trump. This is Congress. This is both houses of Congress doing the job that they should be doing. We've heard reports recently of Grassley turning away from Trump. I might have a little read on that in a bit too. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and I absolutely, Mayor Bottoms from Atlanta, what a wonderful, strong woman. The world, not just America, but the world needs more women like her. Talk about telling it like it is. Anyway, so this is the Hierophant, government doing its job. Government, finally, you know, both houses doing its job. That's at the base of this tempering. How has his past actions affected this? Queen of Pentacles, resources, but this is upside down. The Queen of Pentacles at herself, at her worst, is she wants all the resources for herself, and she's wasteful and frivolous and doesn't care about other people and about where that money should be going and what it should be spent on. Sound familiar? And she doesn't care where it comes from either. She doesn't care where all that money comes from either. Okay. Best possible outcome for Trump with this temperance. He's gaslighting, just the gaslighting upside down. It's not going to work. People aren't buying it anymore. Now, this is the best possible outcome for Trump at the end of June with regard to this temperance card. Not even the senators are buying it anymore. I think he's done all he can for them, actually. Be careful who you make a deal with. And what is in the immediate future for Trump after the end of June? So that's the final card on this little cross. What's in his immediate future after the end of June? 10 of Pentacles, legacy, something to do with his family and his family business. What was on the bottom of that? The Fool turned upside down. You can't take it. He's not taking a leap himself. He's being thrown off the cliff. Let's do a couple of clarifiers on this. 10 of Pentacles. Got my little purple and gold set. Is the 10 of Pentacles Trump Corporation and Trump family? Oh, Death card. Ten of Wands. Burden of proof is too much. End of a cycle. The end of things for the Trump Corporation and his family. Queen of Pentacles. Ooh. The end of gathering resources for themselves. The end of the Queen's greedy grabbing. Yep, that's Trump Corporation. Things are going to go from bad to worse for the Trump Corporation and Donald Trump. Immediately after June. Wow, very interesting. If Chuck Grassley turns, I have an idea, really turns, I have an idea others will follow. So I'll ask that question. Yes, please do. Hit the thumbs up. He is a turd. I won't disagree with you about Grassley. He is a turd, but he is a turd in a powerful position. So let's have a look. Is Senator Grassley turning on Trump? Seven of Pentacles, assessment, and that is a maybe card. Ace of Pentacles, reverse. Not happy about where money's going. Lost opportunities for America with regard to money, and of course with regard to his constituents with regard to money. Yeah, he's looking at it. The Tower reversed. Changes, big changes, changes that will turn things on their head. And things turn on their head here. Eight of Pentacles, he is looking at things very, very closely. Trump no longer fits in with their agenda. Four of Swords. It's time to retire him. Yeah, he's turning. Five of Swords. I think he's realised that this win at all cost mentality has cost too much. It wasn't worth it. And that he sold. He might be a turd, but he's whatever he had left that was honourable in him, he sold that out. And I think he's realised that that just hasn't been worth it, especially as he's been looking at things. He's been having a sly look into things about money and stuff. The Magician, he's got everything he needs to manifest a change. the Empress, a change that is going to be that could bring about a new start and an abundance of possibilities for America. Yeah, he's turning. He's turning. And you know what? It's not going to take very many senators to turn. They only need like 4. Others will go with him. Yeah, well, you can call him what he's like, but as I said, he is maybe a turd, he may be a grossly, he may be a ghastly, grassly, or whatever, but he is in a position to make a difference. Mind you, it's only because he feels that Trump no longer fits into their agenda anymore, they've gotten all that they can out of him, and he's starting to make things that look stupid, like they needed Trump to do that, but still. So, yeah, Grassley is turning, whether he'll turn. No. And I honestly, I'm going to read on how big a mistake this cutting off Hong Kong has been a huge mistake. Now, somebody else asked me a question about Trump. I'm really sorry. What was it? It was earlier. I thought I'd written it down, but I can't see it. I'm really sorry. It was another question about Trump, but I didn't write it down, and I can't remember what it was. If somebody remembers what that question was. Yes, she did say it would happen some time back. Yes, yeah, they do. Some of them are thinking that. Hi, Rachel Scott. Welcome. Hey, Connie Cat Mama. Oh, what's going on here? 3 of Pentacles. Group work. Oh, Trump's comments. Yes. Okay. We'll look at that first. Will they backfire on him? That was the question, and it's a really important question. As if we don't all know that he came out with that utterly brain-dead tweet, quoting everyone's favourite historical governor, George Wallace, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. My goodness. Could he sound any more like a hillbilly cartoon, like a cartoon hillbilly? I do not myself believe, even despite a lot of the shows that have come up, I do not myself believe that every person who grew up in that area, that hillbilly country, whatever you call it, the Ozarks, in Missouri, Tennessee, all that, famous for that. Talks like they're going to be chewing gum and don't have no teeth. I do not believe that people talk like that. And every one of them is an idiot. There are idiots in every place in the world. So, of course, there's bound to be some idiots there. But I believe that it's just like a majority of us, good, hard-working folk who just want a better life for themselves. And here goes Trump coming out with a crock of yes. You got it. And comes out with that stupid tweet. And is it going to cost him? Is that tweet going to cost him? Let's have a look. Is that tweet going to cost him? Thank you, Lucian. ooh, it's put him on the outer with a lot of people. It's the Hermit. Four of Cups. Oh, my goodness. There's going to be a lot of people who voted for him, and even some of the more moderate of his base. And there are some, not right at the core of his base, but he's going to lose some of his base from it, because some of his base have just, that's it. I don't want to drink any more of his Kool-Aid, and I'm not gonna. That's it. Don't offer me any more of your crap, because I've believed enough of it to do damage to myself and my family and my relationships with others. I don't want to hear it anymore. That's the Four of Cups. So you can see, looking at what this person is looking at, the cups that he's consumed, and he hasn't even finished the third one, and he's like, what the hell am I drinking this shit for? And he's not even interested in looking at it. And I'll tell you what, a lot of them will be really old voters who lived through that time, who saw that crap going down, and who saw people dying when they didn't have to die, and rifts in families, and they don't want to go through that again. They've had enough. The Lovers, again, relationships. It's going to really affect his relationship with a lot of his base. Of course, there's always going to be that core that he can do no wrong with, but no. And it's affected his relationships with a lot of people. The governor of Minnesota, yes, he's had to call in the National Guard, but you know, and I think the only reason he had to do that is because of Trump's tweet. Trump's tweet fired up people in Minnesota. We'll show you, and there'll be people going out there looting just to get the bullets firing and to get some other people killed. Yep. Now you see him, now you don't. You know, it's just that it was just the right sort of ingredient to set a spark off. Everything. It was just the one thing that was needed to complete the magic trick and send a whole state into hell. And he's going to be in trouble. The world is watching, and they're not happy. They're watching a destabilized country all over. I mean, I was watching the thing in LA where the police car had been set on fire, and heaps of cars, you know, police cars all damaged. Oh, backfiring. And he's going to feel it quick. It has set him back a lot. Eight of Cups, people are going to be walking away from him. I think there are several senators from several states that have been set on fire by his comment. States that weren't, you know what, it just seemed like overnight other states joined in. And I think it was that friggin' comment that caused it. He's going to have senators from different states walking away from him. He's had their report up to now, but that's not. He's going to reap what he sows. King of Swords. This is, you know, seditious language what he used. Honestly, it is. It could be an investigation into that. Inflammatory language and meant to incite violence is called using inflammatory language and messages meant to incite violence. It's called sedition, and he's going to be investigated for it. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, he's going to need some lawyers to come in on that. Yeah, it's damaged him a lot. So yeah, there's going to be blowback on those comments. Now let's have a look with, has he made a huge mistake ending America's special relationship with Hong Kong? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And then I think after this one, we'll move on to something different. In fact, what I might do is I might do a 3-card oracle on before we go on to something else, okay? Trump can't delay the election. My understanding is he cannot do anything about that. No, he might try, but he won't be able to. Hi, Eunice. Yeah, Georgie, he can't. Yeah, he can't. From what I understand, T-Bar was really helpful with that. She said, no, he can't do anything to delay the election. He can try, but it's not going to work. Trump ending a special relationship with Hong Kong. Will that backfire on him? Conflict. Conflict. 2 of Swords. He had a decision to make and he did not make the right one. He was at a crossroads with Hong Kong and he had a decision to make. He did not make the right one. This is reversed. The GOP aren't necessarily happy with him about it. In fact, these cups look a little bit like bells, don't they? Swinging around. I think it might have set alarm bells ringing off in some of the GOP heads. The Wheel of Fortune. He was bound to do it because he doesn't want anything to do with China or anything like that, or he says he doesn't. But it's not going to go his way. Karma's going to bite him on the ass for it. What effect is it going to have on the US economy, on the stock market in the US economy? Let's have a look. I'm keeping the 4 cards I had there. So let's have a look. What effect it's going to have on the US economy? Six of Swords. It's going to set it back. It's not going to be a smooth ride to calmer waters. It's going to set it back. And the stock market's going to set the stock market back too. His precious stock market. Tower. The Tower reversed. Everything upside down. Really, really badly upside down. It's undermined it. It's going to undermine it to an extent that you're not going to be able to recognize it. 10 of Swords in the back. 10 of Swords. they're going to be feeling betrayed. They're going to be feeling betrayed. The stock market, it's going to be people who run it, they're going to be feeling really betrayed and stabbed in the back by him, and possible they're going to turn on him too. Knight of Wands. My way or the highway, reversed. My way or the highway. I'm the leader here. You go where I go, and you believe in what I believe in, and that's just not the case. And he's going to get knocked off his perch. A couple of readers got the reverse Tower card. What for, Georgie? Hi, Larry girl. Yeah, it's going to knock him off his perch. I will do that. Are Americans, everyday Americans, going to be affected by it? Yeah. Trump's June is going to suck. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Sympathy and empathy, where are you? The sympathy and empathy I have for people with regard to Trump's June is not for Trump. It's for the people who are going to suffer because he's not going to handle it well. Okay. How are everyday Americans going to be affected by this? Agenda. It doesn't really fit into their everyday agenda. You know, the stock market, and, you know, all that. The stock market's going to get the biggest hit with that. So it doesn't really fit into everyday Americans' agenda. It's something that, you know, most of them don't even have a thing in. You know, they really couldn't give two hoots. They're too busy trying to juggle and manipulate things just to get on with their everyday life so that they don't end up turned upside down and out on their asses. They're just too busy trying to juggle things to stay afloat. I don't think it's going to affect them at all. The King of Pentacles, but it could have some effect on their stability, their economic stability. Maybe not make it as certain. It's not on their agenda. It's not. They're too busy trying to juggle things, but it is going to have some effect on the everyday stability, the stability of their everyday lives. Because how can it not? It's going to trickle down and affect them in some ways, and you know, upset some part of their economic stability. The Hangman reversed. They might have to take steps to get themselves out of a state of limbo. It might end up and make some sacrifices to get themselves out of a state of limbo that they've been shoved into. And it might be saying, okay, we're willing to pay a little bit more for American-made goods so that factories can open up and goods can be made in America, and you know, we can get better quality stuff. They might be looking at things from a different, and they'll end up looking at things from a different perspective and maybe say, well, you know, we can make some sacrifice. Will everyday Americans really suffer badly for this decision. It could add to some strain on relationships, whether it's between family members or partners or business relationships. But in the end, it's going to lead to more sharing and a better distribution of things. So in the end, it's probably going to be good for them, but it's going to take a while. It's going to be good for you guys, but it's going to take a while in the end. But short term, it's going to have some effect, of course. But in the end, it's going to lead to, it's going to lead to a change of perspective with everyday Americans on the things that they've been buying, and trying to live cheaper has ended up costing jobs and things like that. So in the end, it could help with a change of perspective and a more evenly based sharing of resources society. Sharing resources could be more bartering, more, you know. The United States will recover from Trump. Don't have any doubt about that. Okay, having spent an hour on Trump, because we spent the first 15 minutes or so having a good yak. I'm going to just do a little bit of a oracle card reading. What was it? Lucian said, hope so, Chrissy. A reset is needed. New York is a mess. Well, so how about, before we move on to some other subjects, I get one of my decks. Let's see. My oracle decks. Gorgeous, all of them. Love them all. I'm going to go for an old favourite, the Enchanted Map. And Life's Purpose by Doreen Virtue. So the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid, Life's Purpose by Doreen Virtue. I'm going to do 3 of each. Because Life's Purpose has a lot of activity-based things. So, you know, doing what you can be doing type thing. So I'm going to do 3 of each, and we'll see what we can do, what Americans can do to help reset their country. I don't think the whole world is going to be needing a reset, but America certainly is. I'll tell you what, this pandemic has made a change here in Australia. We used to have what was called COAG, Coalition of Australian Governments, a meeting every 3 months. And apparently they never used to really get much achieved between the meeting of all the ministers and the federal government for the different states every 3 months. And because the National Cabinet worked so well when dealing with the virus crisis, they've all agreed they're scrapping COAG, no more COAG. They're going to have a monthly meeting of the National Cabinet. And the consensus is they will achieve more, because having to come back every 3 months and try and get your agenda started up again, they will achieve more for Australia in doing that. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it was COAG, wasn't it? They never got anything done. But the National Cabinet, that they did, they got so much done, and they realised they can work better and achieve more. And if it works for a virus crisis, it can work in everyday matters. You know, meeting once a month. And also they do it virtually, so they don't have to, you know, spend taxpayers' money on hotels and venues and stuff like that. Probably wouldn't hurt to have it once a year, have it in a real thing instead of, but yeah. So anyway, listening, that popped out. That stuck out. Flying. Might have to look at the book for flying. I haven't seen that one before. Flying. Oh, I get that. Yeah, I do get it now. Yep. Okay, and compass. Resetting a compass. So that's the 3 from Collet from the Enchanted Map, and each one of these is going to have an accompanying card from Life's Purpose. Hi, Danelle. Welcome. It's lovely to see you. I'm very pleased that you come and join in on the chats. Yeah, we're 2 hours all year round with Queensland, Georgie, because you don't have. Are you still? I know you did a trial with daylight saving, same as we did, but you don't do it, so we're still always 2 hours behind you. So, and just 3 hours behind New South Wales and Victoria, and I think maybe Tasmania, but I'm not sure if they do it. Okay, let's see. If it's a different way. Rather than waiting for. School. Options. Strength. Wow. Okay. First row. Enchanted Map. Listening. Listening is so important. It is one of the cornerstones of a society being able to work. Listen to what the people are saying around you. Listen to what others are saying around you. Listen not just to what their concerns are, but listen to their ideas. Be open about it. If they're bad ideas, really bad ideas, that are just meant to hurt, of course, no. But if they're not bad ideas, if they're open, they might not work into the end, but be willing to listen through to the end and consider. Underneath listening was school. The answer you're seeking involves going to school. Going to school. Education. Educating your children and educating other people as well. And educating your children, maybe even looking towards freeing up education, reducing the cost of it. I just finished my master's last year, my second master's, and this one cost me like 50,000 Australian dollars that I've got to pay off. So, it does cost a lot. Fortunately, we have a system here that we can pay it off out of tax and stuff, but still, it's still a lot to pay off. So it reduced the need for loans, reduced the need for fees and stuff. By reducing fees, by offering better educational services, and using the things that are available, like online. I did a lot of my classes online with this. Didn't cost resources to go into the uni and stuff. Look at the ways in which you can improve education right from the get-go, from pre-K right through to graduation from university. Looking at those ways and listening to what people are saying about education. This is the biggest thing, I think, not just listening about everything else, but listening to ideas in improving education. That is going to help reset the country. And also looking at what is being taught. I understand my husband's best friend was a history teacher, and I understand that history is rarely taught anymore in the US. Okay, second card along from the Enchanted Map. Flying. You can see this beautiful, beautiful horse, and it's flying over a maze. And by being remote, taking itself to a place where they can get a better overall picture, they can see the maze. They can see ways in, ways out. They can see the whole picture of the maze and how they can make this way through it. This is taking a step back and looking at the overall picture. What ways can you get in and what ways can you get out? Do you want to spend some time in there having fun, or do you just want to get in and out quickly? And looking at the overall picture of life and what's happening with your life. Interesting with this one, options. So I'll read what's on the bottom here. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. One of the things with the stay in place, at home, whatever you want to call it, is a lot of people have found a new way of doing things. And some of them may have even found new options for their careers and the way they might want to stay with what they're doing, but do it in a different way. This lockdown has given people a chance to step back and look at the overall picture. And one part of that overall picture, they've been able to look back in a way they haven't been able to before, is, wow, I can still do my job, but I can do it differently. I can have a better work-life balance. Things like that. Take advantage of the clearer picture that a lot of people have been able to have from having to step back and having to be more remote from the outside world, and look at all the options that could be available to you. That will help reset things. Now, the last one, compass. As a country, you're going to have to find a new heading. And it's not just from coronavirus, it's from Trump as well. You're going to have to find a new heading, a new way to go, a new way to do things. And again, Trump has the curse that he's been, or the trouble that he's been. People have stepped back and looked at how the hell did he get in here? What led to this? And they've been able to look at the behaviors and the structures that have been set up over the last 50 odd years or so that have inevitably ended with someone like Trump coming into an office of power where he had no business to be. and being the puppet of not just other countries, but of people in his own country as well. Everyone can say he's Putin's puppet, or he's Saudi's puppet, or he's Erdogan's puppet, or whoever, but he's also been the puppet of the Republican Party. It's gonna, for the country to be reset, gonna have to head in a different direction in ways that things are done. Along with that, it's the strength card. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. America has been put through the ringer in the last 4 years. Find what you have had to dig to find. You've had to dig to find strength to get through it and to keep going. Take that strength that you have found as a country when you have come together time and time again to say, no, this is not right, whether the message has been able to get through or not, like you did in 2018. You pulled in such a strong way and use that strength to help set that new direction for America, to reset it. Okay, so that, hi Sweet Pea, hello, Sweet 68P. So that's just that little diversion away from the political stuff. And so we'll go on now to look at some other things. And they're going to be quick and dirty ones, okay, the readings that are coming up, because, you know, I've only got about half an hour or so left. I'll probably be able to stretch it a little bit, but I don't want to do that too much, you know. When you make agreements and stuff with oh, yes, thank you, Larry girl. Yeah, I graduated with it this year. Quite proud. There are only 4 people in that graduating ceremony from the department I was in to get a Master's of Science, and I was the only woman there. That doesn't mean I was the only woman to achieve that. I was the only woman who at the graduation ceremony. So anyway, put that over there. So now that we've sort of gone a little bit away from all the other stuff, let's head back to it. I think I'll do a reading on Boris in a video. Okay, so we'll leave him. The Atlanta, right? What went on there? It just, I was standing and I was watching it, and it just did not make any sense. There was that idiot dude, the white dude with the skateboard, who was trying to smash in that window. Neuroscience, wow, that is really impressive. I have a sort of an idea of how synapses work, but that's about it. A vague idea. The only thing I have is probably just from Star Trek with their tricorder. But, anyway, the Atlanta CNN siege, we'll call it, or CNN riot. I'm convinced it started out as a real thing. So I'm going to ask, was it manipulated by MAGA people to turn it into an attack against CNN, Trump's least favorite network? I had someone who, when I was in primary school, I was bullied, and the chief bully in the end ended up wanting to date me when we were a lot older. And I'm like, I went out to dinner with him and all that because I'm a forgetting person, but no, it just wasn't going to happen. Wow. That's great, Sharon, that she was able to put her skills to work. Anyway, this Atlanta thing, the CNN thing, was it co-opted by MAGA people? Yes, somebody with an agenda decided to take it over. 5 of Cups. Six of Swords. Queen of Wands. They wanted to cause loss. They wanted to cause CNN loss. They wanted to let's get people in there and send them loose and get them to trash the building. I haven't heard if anyone's heard if people have receded, but I get the message that CNN's been able to get through to calmer waters with this. Things have been moved into calmer waters. Queen of Wands. This particular incident is going to be investigated, not in association with the other protests and stuff, but this particular incident is going to be investigated on its own, separate from the others. I don't think there's going to be much investigation with the others, pretty, but this one is the Hierophant, institution, 8 of Cups, abandonment. Queen of Coins. Yeah, some people were paid to go and agitate it and send it towards an institution, CNN. I don't know what they thought they were going to do, but maybe to get people to turn their backs on them or something. I don't know what was in their mind. What's this to do with abandonment? Maybe so that CNN would give up and walk away. They're not going to. Yeah. Okay. They used these people to divert them and cloud the issue and cloud it. Ace of Swords. The truth is going to come out about this particular thing. But, yeah, I think they were trying to, try to scare CNN into not being so rough on Trump. They call it as they see it. And, yes, all these people do, these media companies, they make money. All of them do. There are some that are worse than the other, but CNN's no worse than MSNBC or NBC or, ABC, National Broadcasting, whatever, But, yeah, there's going to be some investigation into that particular incident, separate from any investigations that might go on into the other things. It was targets. Somebody used the situation to target them. Okay. Stone. Roger Stone. Will he go to jail on June 30th, or will it be pushed back? So we'll ask. Will it be pushed? Will Roger Stone go to jail on June 30th? Knight of Cups. Offer. Six of Coins. Death. The Five of Wands. No, he won't. He's going to offer, but he's going to try and push it back by offering some information. This isn't offering money. This is a letter offering some information. An offer that could be too good to be true, but they feel that they're going to have to follow up on some things. King of Swords, investigation. But then we had two no's, the other one being death. But it's being overridden. And the Five of Wands, of course, conflict. He's going to try and cause argy-bargy and conflict. 10 of Wands is a no. So we've got 3 no's, 3 yeses. 9 of Coins is a yes. 7 of Wands is a no. The Devil is a no. You know what? He could manage to keep his butt out of jail. Maybe he might manage to wrangle something where it's, I give you some information, keep my butt out of jail. Maybe get something like home detention or something. I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case, but it's a yes, no, but we've got more no's than yeses, and one of them is the Devil, making a deal with the Devil. To bring an end to the threat of jail itself. I can cause a lot of trouble for Trump, a lot of conflict for him. I can he's going to stand his ground. 9 of Coins. He's got something on Trump, and he's going to use it to stay out of jail. Trump's left it too late. He might use info on Trump to keep his butt out of jail. That doesn't mean he's not going to get some sort of confinement, but it's not going to be the big house. Yeah, I think he's going to squeal too, just to keep his butt out of jail. That doesn't mean he's going to be free to go and do what he wants. I'd be like, okay, then you're going to be in home detention at this address, and it's not going to be a nice, breezy, and it shouldn't be a nice, breezy, comfortable place. It should just be a modest little place with the minimum of comfort. Television, maybe a lounge, a bed. Shouldn't be able to, if he does, it shouldn't. I reckon people who do something like that and end up with home detention shouldn't be able to do that in their own homes, surrounded by their comfort and all that. They should have to be put in, like, go to not a halfway house, but a house that's, maybe a block of units with other people in home detention, so they're all there. Are the riots orchestrated by Trump, Putin? No, Nancy Lee, they're not. They were. Trump stoked the flames, definitely. I think things would have stayed pretty much within Minnesota if Trump hadn't stoked the flames and, got more states in an uproar. But no, he didn't orchestrate them. Hi, Shelby Lisa. Thank you for your compliment. Okay, what's next? Oh, somebody asked about these protests. Could they lead to more cases of COVID-19? Night greeter. Well, if it's a swing state, he's probably losing. If Minnesota's a swing state, he'd lost it. Okay. So will the protest lead to a spike in COVID-19 cases? Success in love. Main person, it's a woman looking back. His thoughts upside down, not good for bereavement, upside down. Loss of money, unexpected money, but lost. False person, a long way, expectations. Good rich gentleman. I've put down 9 cards and only 2 of them are upright. Success in love, which is a bit of a tip, and main person. Main person is a woman looking back. Yes, it could lead to an increase, a spike. People not thinking about that. They were so caught up in their thoughts and in their anger that they didn't really stop to think what they could be exposing themselves and others to, the danger that they could do. It's over the protest about this false person. And this false person, I can tell you who that is right now. That's that police officer. He should have been kicked off the force ages ago. He had 18 counts against him. The false person. There's going to be unexpected money reversed. That means there's going to be an unexpected loss of money. It's probably going to have to lead to shutdowns again in some states. There's going to be more bereavements, more than there would be normally. It's going to extend the period of time that America has to go through battling this violence. Unfortunately, this is a long way. Reverse, it means an even longer way than you already had. You still had a good ways to go, and it's going to be even longer now. The expectations for when the country would be fully out of this have been turned upside down because of this rich, good gentleman, not a rich, good or a good gentleman. This is Trump. Success in love success. America was slowly starting to win over this virus. It was starting to win. But all that's been turned upside down. People were slowly starting to be able to go out, be themselves, life getting back to normal. I say that because she's facing backwards from where she's going, looking backwards. So life to a certain extent was being able to go back to normal. But all that's been turned upside down by a false person and the president stoking the flames. Could have been just one state that had to battle longer and harder. Now it's a lot more because of the president stoking the flames. It's going to take a lot longer than expected. You're going to lose more money and you're going to lose more people, more than you would have normally under other circumstances. I'm sorry I can't give you good news about that, and I hope I'm wrong, but I can't really tell you that, oh, this is good. It's not. Okay. Okay, let's just hope that that story plays out a bit better than I've been able to tell you. But I'm not going to tell you it said all sunshine and sweetness, because it didn't. You were making progress and you were succeeding and you were looking to be able to go back more towards normal, and it's all been turned upside down because of this incident and the president stoking its fires. I mean, it would have been turned upside down in Minnesota anyway because of this incident, but now it's in even more states because somebody yappity yap couldn't keep his trap shut. Okay. Burr, Senator Burr, will he go to jail? Let's have a look at that. You were getting there, Rachel. You honestly were getting there. But yeah. Let's see. So will William Burr go to jail? No, not William Burr. Will Senator Burr go to jail for insider trading? Let's have a look at that. Strength. Very strong case. The Fool, that's a yes card. He was very foolish to do what he did. Page of Swords. That's a yes card. Spying on the inside, insider trading. Chariot, that's a yes card. Going to be transported elsewhere. Move. This is also a move, a change of place. Two of Swords. Had a choice to make. He made the wrong one. He had this is interesting because I don't think I have reversals in this deck. I might have. Anyway, this is a High Priestess and she's reversed. His agenda got tipped upside down. He had an agenda and he was going along with it to make money. He used, but it got tipped upside down. It's he was going to continue to make money, but well, that's been turned upside down. He wasn't going to stop if he wasn't caught. The Empress, yes, he's going to jail. They have an abundance of evidence against him. King of Wands. He's looking for Trump for help. It's not going to happen, buddy. Eight of Cups upside down. Abandonment. That's a no card, but it's upside down. Yeah, people are going to turn their backs on him. And the Nine of Wands upside down. There are reversals in this. He's got no defenses left anymore. No, he's crossed too many bridges, burnt too many boundaries. He's got no defenses left anymore. Senator Burr's probably going to end up going to jail. Hi, Queen. Queen's Tarot, hello. How are you? Thanks for joining. Somebody asked, will Biden work for regular people if he is elected? Thought that passed through my head was as much as he can. But they have to get more regular people in Congress, both houses of Congress, both in the Senate and in the House of Reps. That's what passed through my mind. So let's have a look, see if we can get some clarification. Need more regular people. You need more AOCs, bartenders, people who work as bartenders. You need more servicemen. Cuomo's got a lot to deal with, and I think you will end up with someone like that in the post, but it might not be him, but someone cut from the same cloth. Okay, but not necessarily in the immediate future. It might be 2024 when someone of Cuomo's ilk in a good way is in there. Okay, so will Joe Biden work for regular people when he's in office? I'll say when he is in office. Uncle Blaze's Twitter thread about the riots. I don't know what that Twitter thread is about the riots. Okay. I'm not on Twitter. I did open up an account, but I've never used it. So, Joe Biden, 7 of water. There's going to be a lot of stuff to work through. A lot of illusions. A lot of gaslighting to work through that's been put out there. Ace of water, that's a yes card. Yes, he wants to have that working relationship for the people. Messenger of air, that is Knight of Swords. Yes, he's going to go in there and he's going to work for the people. That's looking pretty good. The moon's a no card, but that doesn't necessarily mean no, he's not going to work. There are things that are going to have to be brought to the surface and worked out. Things that are buried and have been buried deep for a long time with regard to the administration and stuff that's got to be cleaned out before he can make real progress. There's going to be a lot of, but yeah. King of the Earth, that's King of Pentacles. Yes, he's going to bring back stability, financial stability of resources and things like that. He will return for people. Patience, that's Temperance. He will bring a new balance to the office and bring a new balance for Americans and working with them and asking them how they want, what they need to be done, what they need to be done, how they want things to go about being done. It's going to be a different sort of relationship, new relationship than with previous people in that office. I think he realizes that's what's needed because there's so much that's been buried in the relationship between the office and the people that it was hidden and not as it wasn't as transparent as it should have been, and he's got to sort that out. 5 of Fire. There's going to be some areas where it's going to be difficult. There's going to have to be some debate, not conflict, but debate. There is going to be some areas that are going to have to be open up to debate, and both sides are going to have to be willing to listen. Some things to get done. Not everything, but there are some areas where, you know, what he needs to do to get things done and what America wants him to do don't necessarily agree, and it might cause a little bit, but it's, yeah, but not conflict, but debate, healthy debate to Healthy debate is good. The Ace of Fire. New ideas. The creation of new ideas. He's open to ideas coming in from the people. And he's open to that debate too. The three of swords. There are going to be some things that he just cannot change. Him, either maybe just in the short term or whatever. There's going to be some things he's not going to be able to achieve, and some people might feel a bit betrayed or, you know, heartbroken about that. But he's only going to have so much time there. But he's going to do overall the Hermit. I think he's going to try and bring the office of the presidency out of the isolated tower it's been shoved into over the past 50 odd years. It's been shoved into this thing that's up away and separate from the people. Obama started the work. Biden's going to have to finish it. So yeah, I think he is going to work for the people when he's in office, but it's not going to be easy. There's going to be areas where American people might not necessarily like what's going on or agree with how he's going about things, but I think they're going to be open to debate about that. But there's a lot of crap that have to be cleaned out first before he can make real progress. There's some things he's going to be able to make progress on immediately. Others, years and years and years of crap that has to be cleared out of the office of the presidency. So yeah, he is. He's going to do the best he can with the resources he has and the structure as it's set up. And he wants change. He's looking for change, and he's open to receiving ideas for change. Okay, but that doesn't mean he's going to be able to. Doesn't mean he's always going to agree with what you want, and it doesn't mean that he's always going to be able to do what you want. He's not going to abuse the office for the better good. You know, there are some things about the office that need to be changed for it to work better for the people. Okay? Okay. What else do we have? I think I will leave William Barr for now. I might do a video on him. I hope everyone's enjoyed this morning. And yeah, and I oh, it's bugged, and I think they're going to go in there with the team and they're going to find every little thing. There are specialized teams that go in there, and I honestly think they should put in a team made up of people from 3 different agencies, including District of Columbia, law enforcement, the FBI, and the NSA. People from 3 different agencies, not the Department of Justice. Okay, I very much enjoyed this morning. Thank you all for joining me. Hi, Wendy K. Hi, Marsha P. And I hope you'll join me again in a few days. And just if you don't know, I posted last night the last for Amelia Earhart. We got that wonderful list of things to look at. I'm thinking my next one, and it'll be a single video, it will be the Philadelphia experiment. So look out for that in the next few weeks. Okay. Love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've still got a few more minutes. Oh, because I started early, I finished early. Hang on. I'm not going anywhere yet. How about we find something quick and fun to read on? I did Nessie the other day. I've done unicorns. I can't remember if I did mermaids. How about leprechauns? How about we look at leprechauns? Let's look at leprechauns. Bit of fun. No, I just thought live come up to the 2 hours, but I started a little bit early. So 11 o'clock is my agreed finish time. How will the airline industry fare? I might leave that till Wednesday, Nancy Lee. Airline. We'll leave bar till Wednesday too. Wednesday. Bar. Airlines. Industry. Okay. So by Marsha P, I'm just going to do a quick reading. I did do fairies. Yes, I did that in one of the recent ones. I'm going to do a quick read on leprechauns. What is the deal with leprechauns, Spirit? What is the deal with leprechauns? The thought that passed my mind is they represent the greed that can dwell within us. That's what passed through my mind. Deal with leprechauns. Ace of water. Emotions. Emotions. An upwelling of emotions. Six of water. A belief that comes from older times. Times long past. It's often a belief that causes us to take a look at ourselves. Have a look at this card. It's a very interesting card. You see the girl there, she's leaning and she's looking down into the water. But if you have a look at her reflection, it is a different person looking back with a different stance. She's looking down into the water. She looks in pain. She looks in discomfort. And staring back at her is someone who is there in prayer, hope, a different person. Leprechauns represent a different side of us. Six of air. We want to be able to move into quieter, calmer, more secure waters. And what can leprechauns offer? Well, apparently there's two types of leprechaun. As Dave Allen said, there's the pot of gold leprechaun, where if you find him and hold him, he's got to give you his pot of gold. And there's the free wishes leprechaun, where if you find him and you hold him, he's got to grant you free wishes. So we look at those as a shortcut to getting through to calmer, more secure waters. It's that part of ourselves that wish that we could have things made easier on us without having to do all the drudge or getting lucky, getting things by shortcut. Three of Pentacles. They're also a reminder that sometimes we might do things and work with others to get what we want, but we're not always as careful about who we work with as we should be we're not always as scrupulous as we should be to get what we want. Not everyone, I'm saying not everyone, but some of us. And there's always a part of us that wants to take that shortcut. And for some of us, they're willing to do it by unscrupulous means. So it's a reflection of this. 8 of air. We can get caught on that cloud by not heeding the warning that the leprechaun represents of don't let wishes for material possessions take over your life, that you'll do anything to get it. If we don't heed that, we can find ourselves up in a bind. Fortune's wheel. What will happen will happen. Leprechauns. I've rarely ever heard a story of a leprechaun granting a wish and it didn't have some kick back to the wishy. Okay? Or to the person who claimed the gold. If you don't go, they're a warning. If you don't go about getting what you have honestly and with fairness and justly, if you go the road of shortcuts and not being very scrupulous, it's going to come back and bite you on the ass. Okay? So that's the deal with leprechauns. They represent that part of us that wants things to happen quickly and easily, and that might be a bit naughty about how we go about it. But they're also a warning. If we don't do things the right way, it's going to come back and kick us. Okay, now I'm going to wrap up. And, oh, look, my darlings, I love you all so much. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me today. And, yeah, please be joyous. Don't be scared of what's happening out there in your world. Things will settle down. Things will be okay. Okay, love you all. Bye-bye.